What do you say? What do you say? I don't have anything. Do you know what? You are dead lucky. You are dead lucky that I've actually got the balls to sit here and do a match review. Because do you know what? A few minutes ago, I honestly thought to myself, fuck it, I ain't doing a review. Because everything I said on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I say quite a lot on games. I thought to myself, you know, that's it. That's enough. That's all I can say. That's all I feel. Because I don't think a game like that warrants it. I don't think a game of that mould even deserves my time and effort. I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry if I've had to say this. I'm sorry if you disagree. I'm sorry if I've hurt anybody's feelings about this. But I honestly feel like anybody deserves to have me sit here and talk again for the next 15 to 20 minutes about how poor Chelsea were this weekend. I'm sorry. I've had enough. I've had enough of this. Like, I tell you what, let me put things into perspective. Let me just try and offer you the perfect analogy, the perfect situation that we've put ourselves in. Chelsea Football Club. So do you remember back a few years ago where Stamford Bridge was the most feared venue in the Premier League? Teams feared going to Stamford Bridge because they knew how clinical we were. The Drogbas, the Lampards, the Terrys, the Diego Costas. We were so clinical. We knew how to get shit done. We had the perfect mould of midfielders. We had the perfect mould of strikers. And both those two areas of the team just flowed beautifully. And we got stuff done. We got goals. And we got wins. That was back maybe a few years ago. We bring ourselves back to the present day. And suddenly Stamford Bridge has turned itself into a therapy centre for struggling teams. West Ham, they visit Stamford Bridge on their worst run of form and they get a victory. And they get a clean sheet. Bournemouth come here with 5 straight defeats. And they come to Stamford Bridge and they somehow get not only a win, but a clean sheet. How are we letting this happen? How? Somebody please explain this to me, because I don't get it. What has happened to us? What has happened to Chelsea? I don't get it. It baffles me. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of watching this team every week. I'm sick and tired of Chelsea looking below par and out of ideas up front. When it comes to defending, we haven't got a clue. What is going on? Okay, there's just a few things that need to be addressed. First of all, why did Lampard go back to 4-2-3-1 when I've said countless times to stop using that formation and start going 4-3-3 when you've got Jorginho as a utility in the middle, delivering balls into the box? Second of all, why do you decide to go 2 strikers up front but then get rid of your main utility? Lampard decides to take Jorginho off and bring on Batshuayi. Go 2 guys up front. What's the point when you don't have the utility? It doesn't make sense. You haven't learned from the game against Everton. What's worse? Taking off a defender to bring on a striker, or bringing off your utility and taking on a striker. Whatever way, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you don't have the utility. First half was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Honestly, the amount of times we just went forward time and time and time again, and we just did not have any kind of idea to get the ball in the box and get somebody's have someone's head on the end of it, or just try and... We had no ideas whatsoever. This is against a Bournemouth team, a makeshift Bournemouth team that was injury stricken, didn't even have their main team out, and this is the same team that's been struggling to get wins. And we can't even score against them. What is going on? Wake up! For Christ's sake! I just want to talk about individuals for a moment as well, because I want to start off with Willian. I want to start off with this fraud, because how many more times are we going to see Willian with so much space in front of him and then slow the ball down before he crosses it? I'm done with that shit. I'm done with it. Stop slowing the ball down, letting defenders come onto you before you cross it. I'm sick and tired of seeing that. I'm not joking. There was a situation where we took a corner. The ball got headed out and then it came to Willian. He had so much space in front of him. Cross the ball first time. Get someone on the end of it. But no, he slows it down. And then he goes and crosses it. And then he has it blocked. Stop doing that. Please. I'm sick and tired of it. Just the overall passing in the first half and in the second half was just clueless. Absolute disaster class. Both offensively and defensively. But let's talk about the offensive side of things. Just clueless. There was just like no construction whatsoever. All we did was just run with the ball and then just stop at a bloody roadblock. And then we couldn't do anything. We couldn't cross the ball in. We didn't think to look for pickpockets. We couldn't decide to go, okay, let's just put the ball through to the... No, we just dwelled on it too much and we made it so goddamn easy. I might as well just take the West Ham video that I did, copy it, and then paste it into the Chelsea ball because it's exactly the same bloody scenario. We go forward with the ball, we hit a roadblock, we slow down, and then we don't even know what the hell to do with it, and by the time we've figured out a way to do something with the ball, we lose it. Every time! And then if we don't have the ball and we're not going forward, we pass the ball back, and then the opposition just move around, they get into position, we can't get through them, rinse and repeat, until either we concede a goal or it just ends up being 0-0 because we can't penetrate enough. I'm sick and tired of it. And don't even get me started on the defence. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Okay, the only reason why we somehow had stability in our defence was because Rudiger was there. Rudiger was doing his job. If we did not have Rudiger in that back line, we would be conceding 4 goals. If we had Christensen, if we had Zuma and Tomori, much as I absolutely love those two as a centre-back pairing, much as I absolutely love Tomori, but if we did have those two guys in the back line, we would be conceding today. Because as I've been saying in previous videos, they do not have any kind of communication. I can't say anything else. Like, okay, the first half, we hit a roadblock. Time and time again going forward. We did not have any kind of idea of how to score a goal. Second half, it was about the exact same ordeal. The only difference is Bournemouth suddenly decided to go, okay, we haven't conceded a goal here, so let's go out in the second half and try and somehow get the ball on the counter-attack. And they did it time and time again. Joshua King, as their striker, the number of times he got behind our defence, Bournemouth took the ball and they lofted it up the pitch and, well, Joshua King got on the end of a few of them. If Joshua King was clinical in that game, as I said, would have been conceding goals. So many. And the one goal that Bournemouth did score in the 82nd minute, it went to VAR. Now, obviously, it comes from a set piece because, you know, we're so good at defending from set pieces. Corner comes in, the ball gets played into the penalty box. You've got a guy, I think it was Dominic Solanke, because he came off of Joshua King because Joshua King got an injury, I think. So yeah, he was clearly in an offside position, but then the ball gets played into a different player who runs into the space, lobs the ball over Kepa. Azpilicueta tries to clear the ball, but it's clear as day that the ball goes over the line. But then the goal ends up going to VAR anyway, and the only reason why VAR called it as a goal was because the guy that collected the ball ran into the space to be supposedly in an onside position, to lob the ball in, to go in and to put it in the net. And that's pretty much how that goal stood. Because of that, I don't know what to say. I just don't know. We've Stamford Bridge has turned itself into a therapy centre for struggling teams. I'm sorry, this analysis is all over the place. I'm sorry. It's just I don't know what to say anymore. We've got Spurs next week. Yeah, Jose Mourinho. Great. It gets so much better. It just gets so much better, doesn't it? Just the same old crap. Can't penetrate going forward. Looking like drunken men in defence. The only reason why we didn't concede more than one goal was because Rudiger was doing his job. Other than that, just shit. Absolute shit. And I can't be bothered to analyse every player. In fact, the only player on the pitch I decided to analyse was Willian because he was so crap. And I want to pinpoint the reason why he shouldn't be playing more games than he should. Because he's terrible. This is the part where I say thank you very much for watching, because I just can't be bothered. Really, I can't. You let me know in the comments down below what you thought of that game. This is literally the first time in ages where I honestly think to myself, I'm just going to say what I feel. I don't care if what I'm saying doesn't make any sense, I don't care, because I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm sick and tired of Chelsea getting made an example of in their own backyard against struggling teams. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Until the next one, I shall see you later. Hey, door. Peace.